Hello again, YouTube. This is Akoto Derek from ScreamingEagleAirsoft.com. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to review, or should I say compare, a variety of different BBs. Basically give you a general heads up on what BBs you should probably get, depending on the type of gun you have. Basically just give you an overall general gist of all the different BBs and why there's such a large variety of different sizes, shapes, makes, models, colors, weights, all that stuff. We're going to try to go into it, okay? All right, let's start off with the weight of the BB, okay? The weight of the BB is important because it basically, all the BBs are 6mm, okay? Or depending on who manufactures it, it might be a little bit less, might be 5.98 or something like that. It might be 6.1, but 6mm is what we're looking at. 6mm BBs, they're all the same. Now, you would think if they're all the same size, they're all going to be the same weight. Well, that's not true. Some are denser plastic, okay? The plastic is compressed, less air inside the BB, so it is a heavier gram weight, okay? .12s is pretty much the lowest gram you're going to get on a BB. That BB is the most fragile and it breaks the easiest because it's not solid. Where you have, let's just use this as an example, your .4s, okay? Your .4s are like weigh a ton. They are packed in solid. They're not going to break hardly. Say you've got a sniper rifle and you're firing at close to 700 FPS, okay? You're not going to want to use .12s. As soon as that piston fires, that BB's going to splatter inside your barrel, and that's like you wasted, your day. You have to go clean it out and then try again. But that's why I recommend a higher weight BB for that, like maybe a 3.0 or a 3.5, super high FPS guns. So I'm going to provide a scale for you. It shows you like what your FPS of your gun is, approximately, what weight BBs you should use as your standard, okay? But let's say I use a .30 and I'm shooting 425. Well, I'm hitting something harder than if I had a .25 in my gun. It's that rule of inertia, and kinetic energy. I'm transferring too much kinetic energy when you have a heavier BB and a high FPS. You're going to hurt somebody. Okay, so there's a lot of that to take into consideration. But as a general rule of thumb, if you've got .25s and a 425 gun, you're good. That's where it needs to be. If you throw some 30s in that gun, it's going to lower your FPS. If let's say you put a 30 in that gun, you're probably now going to shoot probably 370, because the heavier BBs will slow your FPS down. Okay, simple. Okay. Lighter BBs, let's say .12s, it's going to increase that FPS because that 425 gun shooting a 12 is now going to shoot probably a 460, and if it does, that BB's going to probably shatter. Okay, so be careful. If you're using an AEG, rapid fire, boom, 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 no matter what the FPS, I would definitely use .20s or better. Okay, never use a .12 in an AEG. If you have a spring gun, it's okay. 12s are okay, depending on the FPS. Remember, I'm going to provide you with a comparison sheet. Shows FPS of your gun and weight of BBs that maybe would be recommended with that weight of the gun. Now I'm going to go over some things to look for when you're shopping for BBs. Okay, if you see a seam around the BB, that's not good. Basically, that means they took two halves of a BB and they put it together. Okay, that BB is going to break if you use a high enough FPS. Now, if you see a flash, what flash is when you mold, in the molding process, when they mold these two together, there's a little extra plastic that seeps in between the mold. So when the BB pops out, you see the BB, and then you see like this little halo around it. That's definitely not good. That's the worst thing you could look for, because when you put that in your gun and it shoots, it's scratching the barrel all the way down, it's dragging its way, it's dragging ass, and it's not going to fire, okay, very well. It might even jam inside the barrel, so when you fire your next one, you're going to be filling your barrel full of BBs. It's bad news all the way around. So, flash, don't use them, ever. If you see, if it's smooth but you could see the seam, personally wouldn't use them, okay? That's not good molding process. If there's no seam, seamless as they say, that's great. That's high precision, seamless. Okay, seamless means the seams have been either smoothed out, which means they took a little extra effort, or their molds are just so good that there's no seams. Okay, there are some manufacturers that are known to be good, okay? Matrix is known to be good. Cyma BBs are excellent. G&G BBs, I like them, okay? P-Force, good BBs. I have some Golden Ball. Okay, I got some Golden Ball BBs for my sniper rifle. Those are excellent BBs, okay? Okay, I just brought out some BBs from the store and from my personal wall closet to show you various quality BBs, different manufacturers, different colors, things like that. Okay, I'll keep them in a bottle for carrying around on the field. The bottles I use for carrying around on the field, the Ziploc I keep like in the car or in the house, okay? I load my magazines before I leave or something like that. That's what those are for. Bottles I carry around on the field. This is a Cyma bottle, okay, that came with 0.20 gram BBs, and they were white, and there was 2,000. Well, I had taken those BBs, put them in the bag. So this was an empty bottle that I filled with this P-Force, these P-Force BBs. I put them in here so that I could carry around in the field. I didn't want to carry this bag around on the field. Okay. This I can reload my magazines. I just unscrew the top, pour it into my high caps, seal it back up, put this back in my ammo pouch, in my musette bag, or what have you. Okay. Yellow BBs. You have yellow, fluorescent green, black, white. Okay. These are actually super dark gray, metallic gray. These BBs, these probably cost you less than $1. It comes with 1,000 BBs. You look really close at the BBs, you see flash. Guess what? You've just paid $1. What do they say? You get what you pay for. Okay. These BBs right here, this is a little bottle. This is a pretty cool bottle. Comes with 500. That's about what a high cap magazine has. Looking at these BBs, these are not all perfectly round. Like that one is, I don't even know what shape that is. Looks like a figure 8. Some of these BBs I wouldn't use. Okay, yellow BBs traditionally in my book, yellow means caution, right? Okay, well that means use caution when using yellow BBs. Okay. There's this company, HFC. You know, I think that's the same company as Double Eagle. I really do. So these BBs, there's 500 of these BBs. They had no seam, no flash. They seem to be very good BBs. They're .12, so I only used them in my springers, spring guns. So remember, if you're going to use .12s, only use them in a springer. Okay. Now, these are 2 bottles of Cyma BBs, okay? Cyma, okay? You know, Cyma makes a lot of good guns. I like Cyma. Cyma makes some really good BBs, too. These BBs are high grade, seamless, super accurate, okay? I like the Cyma BBs. I recommend them. .12s, not going to use them. They look good, everything about them looks good. Not going to use them. I'm going to use those only for spring guns. Okay. This is another brand. BB. These are .12s. Again, I'm not going to use them. Mainly because they're .12s. I'm always going to use a .20 or better. I'm going to try to stay around .25s. P-Force. P-Force .25s. They are black. Okay, hey, I got a white BB in there. Okay, they're black. What's a good reason to have black BBs? Black BBs, when you shoot them, they're hard to see. Okay, so that's good for people that are trying to stay hidden. So traditionally, snipers use black BBs. But if you're using a sniper rifle of some kind, you've got your ghillie suit and you're hiding somewhere, use a black BB. Okay, that way they won't see where that shot's coming from. Okay, these were .30s. I had originally got these .30s, golden ball .30s, for my M1911 from Wingun because it shoots so hot that I was trying to lower the FPS by increasing the weight. Okay. One thing about weight, the heavier the BB, the straighter it's going to shoot because less wind is going to affect it because it's heavier, it's going straight. It will impact with the same velocity as a lighter BB because, okay, it slows down, but it is heavier. The problem with it being slow and heavy is it's just not going to shoot as far. Okay, a couple more things I just want to talk about. There's glow in the dark, there's bio BBs, and there's metal BBs. Okay, don't ever use a metal BB. Okay, biodegradable BBs. Some fields out there require that you use biodegradable BBs because when you shoot them and they're out there laying in the field, and after a few days they turn into mush and they disappear. You know, they just basically dissolve. The problem with that is you can't hold on to them for more than a week or two because after that they're mush. You got them in a bag, you got them in a bottle, they're biodegradable. A week later they're all mushy and gushy, and you know, depending on the humidity in your area, it might be faster. So if you're going to use biodegradables, or if you go to a field that requires them, make sure you get them right before you go to the field, use them all up, and throw the rest away. Let's do a real quick recap. Yellow, caution, don't use them. White, people can see you shooting them, great for tracer type rounds. Black, stealth, snipers, people like that. Seamless, high grade BBs. AEGs, 2.0 or gram or higher. Higher the weight, more accurate it's going to be, less range. Also, better chance of it not jamming. If it's heavier, it's not going to break or shatter inside your gun. It's probably not going to break or shatter on somebody's equipment. So, heavier BBs are better quality by default. Last point. I thought that was my last point. This is my last point. It's really up to you. There are so many different varieties of BBs. There are so many BB companies out there. They all are trying to compete for your money, okay? Only get the high quality BBs. When you get them, shoot them a few times, see if they work, see if you like them. You know, it really comes from personal preference. Recommendations. Cyma BBs work great for me. I like them. I think they're great. P-Force works good for me. I like P-Force. I like Cyma. Thank you for coming out and checking out this BB comparison. I'm not going to take a BB and put it in a 500 FPS gun and try to break it on somebody's face or something like that. I'm not going to do that for you. If you want to see that, you can get some BBs on your own and do that.